Namaskar, welcome you all. NIOS welcomes you in this educational video. Today we are going to do subject English. This is for senior secondary level and the code number for this subject is 302. Today we are going to do lesson number 24. The name of the lesson is Reading with Understanding. In this there is a comprehension passage. We will be reading this passage now. First, let us do some new words. These new words has been taken from the comprehension passage. So it is good that we learn these new words. This word is illicit and it is also known as illegal. This is something which is against the law. This is not allowed. For example, there are some places where smoking is not allowed. Also, the smuggling, the drug addiction is not allowed. At some places, mobile is not allowed. So, which is not allowed, that is known as illegal. This word heroin and opiate have a kind of similar meaning as both are the drugs name. Few of you have seen a white powder as heroin. So that is a chemical substance which is used by the addicted persons. You must have seen various ways of these drug addiction, the way they take these medicines. So both these are name of the chemicals. This word is applaud. If any person is doing good and really well, so all the other persons applaud for his or her work, and that person says thank you and pays gratitude. So applaud means appraising. This word is linked with the previous word which we just did, applaud. A courage means you have the inner motivation or inner strength to do something. You have power to do something. So that is known as courage. This word is tempted. Sometimes we are confused to choose the path, whether we should go to the right or whether we should go to the bad, or you can say the wrong path. So whenever we are forced by our inner wish and we are tempted, means we are kind of addicted to do something, we can say that we are tempted to do something. This word is to consume. It means we are taking in anything in liquid form or solid form, and whenever we are hungry we consume food, and also sometime we receive the vaccination or some addiction or some medicine through the vaccine. So that is also taken under this word as to consume. This word is enticing. It means you are motivated to do something and you are interested to do this work. It can be anything. Maybe you are interested to do some work and you get adequate promotions and adequate motivation and you are doing that work, or sometimes a person is really a goal oriented person, so the interest is antecing. This word is trapped. Example can be when you see any advertisement and there is some good point and some bad points both, and you thought that you will not get into this addiction, but just on trying first time you get addicted and you need more and more of that drug. So that can be considered as you are trapped in something or into the bad habit. This word is patient. When a person is not well, person is sick, the doctor comes and investigate and ask about the health well-being. So that person who is sick is known as patient. Regimen, it means according to the schedule. When a person is doing all the work according to a schedule, that is regimen. As a person needs to be fit and fine, then he or she needs to follow a proper schedule, exercise and eating at the right time, everything at the right time, right food and right amount of drink and medicines, work and rest, everything needs to be at a particular time. Everything in a controlled manner. So all the activities of a daily life should be done in a proper schedule, proper manner. So that is known as regiment. If one doesn't follow the regimen, then person may get sick. So just to be fit and be healthy, it is wise to follow a regimen. Now this word is therapy. It can be done at home or at the doctor's place or at school, at any place where the person is comfortable. A person when is in need, like a person is sick, a person is depressed, a person is not mentally healthy, person is abused, then the person may need a therapy. When the person is feeling lonely and having all the negative thoughts and needs someone to talk to open his or her mind. So therapy is very helpful in that condition, in that situation. It helps the person move back to a proper normal life. This word is drugs. It may have many meanings. It can be considered as medicine, like whenever we have cold, sometimes we have headache, then we take medicine. We can say that we take drug as prescribed by the doctor. We also sometimes get ourselves vaccinated, so that is also known as drug. And all those chemical substances from which a medicine is prepared, that is also known as the drug content. And also those chemical substances from which the people can get addiction, that are also known as drugs. This word is drug abuse. When a person is drug addicted, then the person's mind is not working, and the person may get abused as the person is vulnerable to sensitive situations. This word is secretary. Secretary is the second person just after the boss. And secretary takes care of all the work of the place and gives report to the boss. You can say the reporting officer for the boss. This word is disorder. It means sick. Whenever a person gets ill, gets sick, the person is called as person is sick. So it can be any sickness. This word is blocking. It means when our mind is closed and is not able to think properly, then the person can say that his or her mind is blocked. It can be of any reason. The reason can be anything. It may be drug addiction or just any temptation. The mind gets blocked and is not able to work. This word is drug addiction. There are many addictions. Sometimes there is alcohol addiction, sometimes there are drug addiction. When the person is addicted, the person needs more and more of that drug to satisfy his or her mind. When the person doesn't get that drug or that addiction, then the person gets disturbed. This word is withdrawal. Withdrawal symptoms are seen in patients who are suffering from drug addiction and is undergoing the treatment for removing that addiction. So there are withdrawal symptoms. This word is craving. It is just like when you move out and you see any chocolate or anything sweet and you just try to ignore that, but you feel like eating, and there are so many things you see outside and you feel like having them. So that craving happens whenever you get addiction of any drug. Let us take a break here.
करने राहों को आलोकित करने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना जीवन स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो। धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय के लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने हम। अपना जीवन स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का द्वार खुला सबकी बातें। शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर। दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बाटे,
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने हम। अपना जीवन स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने हम।
Now we have understood the difficult words. Now let us begin the lesson. You can see on the screen that we celebrate the International Day against drug abuse and illicit trafficking also. So there are many ways we need to be care of, and we should be aware of those special days. These days symbolizes the meaning and importance of drug abuse and the actions which can be taken against these drug abuse and illicit trafficking to stop these bad habits and the drug addiction. And we all should be together, we all should unite together to fight against this bad addiction. And we all celebrate this There are millions of people around the world they choose to live healthy, and we as a normal society people, we applaud the courage shown by those who have stopped using drugs. So it's a good encouragement for them, and we all celebrate their choice. But in doing so, what do? We send a positive message to all those people who use, or they might be tempted at some point in their life to use drugs. As we all have already discussed, the drug is a word which has many meanings, and when the person is addicted, or you can say is drug addicted, then the person's mind is really blocked, and the person's mind does not work for the own benefit, and the person forgets to value the self. So we as a society, we send positive message to people so that those people who are addicted, they value their self and make healthy choices. And we all celebrate this day on this occasion to highlight the fact that there are nearly you can say many people who are addicted and they are still consuming illegal drugs. And these drugs might have names that sounds colorful or enticing. They are in different bright colors, and also their names are really catching, and all these can be taken from any drug dealer. Let me tell you some of the drugs name. Like the first name is crack. You all know that the crack means mad, a person who is not in his own sense. And the other name is pot. We all know that pot word has many meaning. It can be considered as a flower pot or the pot in the washroom. So any meaning can be taken. And the other new word is junk. We all know that junk is also a word which has many meaning. We all have eaten junk food like noodles or other outside food. And another name is crystal meth. You know crystal? Crystal is something which helps, which we use in making jewelry. So crystal meth is a word for these drugs. And also there is another name, disco biscuit. This is also the name of the drug. So similarly, there are different secret names they use for selling, the purpose for selling, and there are different codes sometimes they give to these drugs. And this is not enough. There is little more about it, and these are little more than the ticket to a dead end, you can say a danger place. As just for the sake of trying first time, we get trapped by addiction, and the only way out is treatment. For the first time, generally this drug is given free of cost without any money, and it can be dangerous. And we all know that the choice to seek treatment is not only courageous, but it is often life-saving. There is only one way. that we can save our life with a proper treatment. But we need to be careful that we have to be courageous to take the right decision that yes, we want the treatment and we will get the treatment. We will be faithful and we will follow all the time schedule, all the medicines properly. So it is really a courageous work to decide and move ahead in a proper, right, positive manner. And those who have not ventured down the path of drug abuse, they should learn the lesson from those who have experienced it, and they should firmly choose not to use any drug even the first time. And making healthy choices also means choosing a lifestyle that has a positive effect on the body and mind. Because body and mind, we know that they are connected. For example, participating in sports to improve health and well-being, and teaching the value of teamwork. How should we work in a team, in a group of people, and how disciplined should we be. And it also helps us build self-confidence. So there are many healthy choices we can choose for our own benefit. This is important for all of us. Now there is a message by the Secretary General from the UN. UN, we all know, United Nations. On the occasion of the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, which is on 26th June, and it started since the year 2005. So the Secretary General, he sent a message to all the countries about the awareness that the general public should be aware about the bad effects of drug addiction. Now this is second part of this lesson. First part we have already covered. Now we are beginning the lesson. This is the first point. This explains that drug addiction is a treatable disorder. It is not that person gets sick and the person has disorder, then the person cannot be treated. It is not like that. Through treatment, person can get well. But yes, the treatment is tailored to the individual needs, and the patients can leave their conditions and live normal and productive life. You know, just like when we go to the tailor for any dress, then the tailor takes our measurement and stitches according to the size. So similarly, treatments are different for different individual. If one medicine is working on one person, then it may not work on the other person. And also according to the drug habit we have, accordingly the medicine is changed from patient to patient. And let us understand with an example, like people with diabetes or heart disease. We all know that whenever we get ourselves checked about the number of sugar level, and whenever there is a heart disease, the people who are getting the treatment of any addiction, they learn some behavioral changes, and also they are told by the doctor to follow some particular routine like walking, eating at the right time, eating quality food, and doing some yoga, proper pranayam, getting involved in some physical activity, some sports activity, something to do regularly and something to avoid regularly. So all those things are taken as behavioral changes for the treatment. And this is the second point. This point explains that there are many behavioral therapies which are done for the treatment, and these therapies can include counseling, physiotherapy, support group, or family therapy. When the person is getting counseled or is receiving any therapy, then there are alternate ways also, and there are some support treatment given along with the major primary treatment. And treatment offers help in suppressing the withdrawal syndromes and also the drug craving, and in blocking the effect of drug. And then the person is well supervised and can get the benefit of the treatment, because when a person is getting the treatment, the counselings and therapies are really important for the better mental health, because there is a drug craving, and at that time the mind gets blocked. This is a kind of effect of the addiction. So treatment is really, you have to just take the courage and take the right decision. That is important. And there are various studies done, and studies show that treatment for heroin addiction, heroin is a drug, as you all must be knowing, and the studies show that treatment for heroin addiction using methadone is also a medicine. So heroin addiction using methadone at an adequate dosage level, it is when combined with the therapy, it reduces the death rates and many health problems also which are associated with the heroin abuse. And also some mental health services are given along with the treatment, so that helps the person get resolved his problem. So counseling and proper therapies are helpful. Third point explains that in general, when there are more treatments given and the results are really better, but there are some patients who require other services as well, and the other services can be of different kinds, like there may be some craving as to use the drug again, so at that point of time mental health services are required and counseling, psychotherapies are needed, and also sometimes HIV prevention services are required, because during this drug addiction The patient may use same vaccine or same syringe. So there are simultaneously many therapies or many treatments undergo at the same time. And also some patients who stay in treatment longer, they have better outcomes than those who stay less time. So those patients who go through medically assisted interventions with minimized discomforts, but they do not receive any further treatment, so they perform about the same in terms of those who were never treated. As there are many withdrawal symptoms and the person has to be courageous to suffer, to accept the suffering, because the craving is really deep. So the person needs to take a firm decision and be firm on the decision that he will be courageous and will not go back to the bad habit again. And there is many chances that the person may go back to the addiction again. And also the researches show that over the last 25 years, studies shows that treatment works to reduce drugs and also the crimes committed by the drug dependent people. Because when person is drug addicted, his mind gets blocked, his mind is not in his or her own senses. The person is not aware what is right, what is wrong, what should be done and what should not be done. So researchers have also found that drug abusers who have treatment, they are more likely to have jobs, means they can get back to a normal life and start their work as a normal person. So there are instances. And the ultimate goal of all drug abuse treatment is to enable the patient to achieve lasting abstinence. But the immediate goal is to reduce the drug use and also improve the patient's ability to function, and also minimize the medical and social curse of drug abuse. This is the fifth point. This fifth point explains that actually there are several types of drug abuse treatments, and the short term method duration is less than or approximately 6 months, and also it is a residential therapy, or you can say medication therapy, and drug free outpatient therapy. So the time duration for the treatment can be 6 months or less than 6 months, and some drug free outpatient therapy may include some fun activities or exercises. And the longer term treatments means the treatments which takes more time. So longer term treatment may include, for example, the first example is methadone maintenance, like the medicine name is methadone, when the one needs to get this chemical maintained in the body for the patient. This is for all those patients who are opiate addicted, so it takes a longer time. And also the residential therapeutic communication treatment also takes long time. Till now we have understood the paragraph and we have covered the comprehension. Now let us begin the exercises. Based on your understanding of the message given above, you have to answer the following question. So there are questions and also the multiple choice answers available for your selection. Now this question is question number 1. This question is saying, what is the occasion for this message? The answer is written on the screen. The International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. So this is the answer you can see on the screen as well. This is question number 2. The question number 2 says, what message has been conveyed through this message? And to whom is the message addressed? The answer of this question is, you can see on the screen. The answer is, the message this comprehension paragraph explains and conveys is, one should value yourself and make healthy choices to people who are not yet drug addict but might be tempted. So we should make a right choice. Now this is question number 3. Question number 3 says, why does the writer say that those who are not drug addicted, they should firmly choose not to fall victim to drug addiction? Now this answer is, drug addiction leads to dead end. It means the person may get died. This is question number 4. Question number 4 is asking, to what healthy choices does the author refer? The answer is there on the screen. Choosing the lifestyle leading to positive effect on the mind and body, or they may participate in sports, learn values of teamwork and discipline. The person should know that working in a team, working in a disciplined manner is a healthy choice. Question number 5. What should people resolve on the occasion? Now the answer is there on the screen. The answer says that they would create and live in a drug-free society, and that people should not lead a healthy, that the person should lead a healthy life. There are many ways to move towards a healthy life. Question 6. Question 6 says, what does the author mean when he says, let's encourage all our fellow human beings to make personal choices to lead healthy lives? So the answer is there on the screen. The answer is that people should create environment that would encourage people to lead healthy life and adopt positive outlook. So the person should be positive towards the self and be ready to accept the positive changes. Till now we have covered the difficult words, we have understood the lesson and also the exercises question answer. I hope you have understood the lesson, and it is important topic. We all should be aware about the drug and drug addiction. It is a harmful addiction. It can destroy your body, it can make you weak, your eyes may become weak, your body may become weak. So it is better to be careful about this bad habit. So it is up to us to value our own body and mind. We should not get diverted to any negative thing. We all should be positive. Thank you. Namaskar.